So the Carter 6 has been expected to drop for, I want to say months, like on months, almost a year. I'm trying to remember when that whole Young Money show happened with Drake, Lil Wayne, and Nicki Minaj, where he announced that the Carter 6 was coming. It feels like almost a year and a half ago. But I didn't double check myself to look at a date or nothing, because I'm just going off feelings and vibes. But I'm like, y'all know what I'm gonna think, because everyone seems to think the same thing. Why did it take him so long to make what we got? How did you take that long to make this? This is not a good album. It's not even close to good. It's probably a lot of what goes into me calling it the worst album of the year so far, and honestly, worst album in a while that I've heard. It's not as bad as The Vultures 2, I don't think, because at least it's finished. Or at least I guess it's finished. It ain't a good finish, but it's finished. It just, God, man. A lot of what goes into me calling that is because also the heavy disappointment. You can't call something, after naming it after one of your, like, really big series, your Carter albums, these are some of, like, the best hip-hop albums, like, ever made. And you put, like, that title onto one of your albums. Yeah, sure, it might be unfair to expect the exact same level of quality, but is it fair to assume that it at least is going to be a good album? Yeah, I think so. I'm a big fan of the Carter 5. That's, admittedly, as a hip-hop fan, I haven't listened to all the Carter albums like I probably should have, which is, yeah, I should definitely get around to doing that for sure, just so I can really feel the real disappointment, because I'm sure I'm not feeling the disappointment that other Lil Wayne fans are feeling. Yes, I'm a Lil Wayne fan and I'm an enjoyer of his music, because this is the first time I've ever really listened to something of his and been like, wow, what am I listening to? This sucks. Like, this is really bad. Because, I mean, everything else I'd listened to, I've never really, I mean, I've definitely heard Lil Wayne verses and songs where I've been like, okay, I mean, this is kind of, it's okay. It ain't great. It ain't bad, though. I've never really heard anything from him that's outright not good. And it just amazes me that this is 19 songs in a row of just straight not good. The King Carter with the electronic intro is pretty cool, and then the Welcome to the Carter is it's pretty good. And then Bells comes in after that, and it's like, okay, this ain't awful, but this ain't particularly, I'm not gonna call this good. That's your first misstep. Hip-hop is not really that good. Sharks has a really good Big Sean song, or verse, and the rest of it, if you kind of ignore the hook of it being as stupid and simply written as it is, it's not bad. Band from New Orleans is not awful. The Days isn't awful, and Caught Candy isn't awful. But then the rest of it is just not good. And like, I didn't even listen to the Peanuts to an Elephant song like all the way through at first. I played the beginning and I heard that elephant noise, and I skipped songs. I was like, what am I listening to? This isn't Lil Wayne. Like, who in the world picked this production? And that is a theme for the rest of the album. The beats on this album suck. A few of these solo songs, like maybe Island Holiday would have been better, like with a different beat, or Flex Up would have been better with a different beat. Sharks, besides just the hook, would have been better with a different, like a little bit different of a beat, maybe a little more. Cotton Candy would have been better with a different beat, and that's a lot of the reason why I wouldn't call it awful, but I ain't gonna call it good neither. Like, just a lot of nothing is the rest of it. Like, even songs that aren't necessarily trash, they're nothing. Being Myself is a nothing song. Maria is a nothing song. They're both bad. Like, Alone in the Studio with My Gun. Why did you put Machine Gun Kelly and Kodak Black on that song? I knew the second I played it, it was going to be trash. Like, what? I seen that feature list and I was like, oh my god. By the way, the feature list on this album sucks. They're like the Jelly Roll and Big Sean, who I don't think should be on the same song. But the Big Sean part, cool. Big X the plug, sure. and 2 Chainz is a sure. Actually, 2 Chainz I get being on an album with Lil Wayne. Like, you can't mess that up. I mean, they managed to, but it's should have been a lot harder to mess that up. Like, why did you pick these features? That was just stupid, honestly. Like, if I was in Lil Wayne's shoes, and I'm having to drop an album to really prove to people that I'm not washed, I'm not any of these things, I still have something to talk about in a good rapping way, in a good quality way, then I either would have made it completely solo, and it would have been the 19 of my best songs I could possibly make. I wouldn't have done as much as 19, but for the context that this has 19 songs on it, I'll just say 19. Or I'm getting bigger names that are giving me good features that I'm going off of well, that I'm going along with well, and we end up making some really good songs. Like, maybe someone that people have always wanted to hear me with, or more of me with, I'm putting you on my record. I would have put a song with Nicki and Drake on here and made another classic. Like, something along those lines. I'm not saying he had to do that, because like I said, either I would have done that, or I would have made it completely solo and just got on here and rap my ass off. But he just doesn't do that. None of these features, besides Big Sean, really give anything to their songs. Not all of them are bad per se. Like, 2 Chainz isn't bad, but he doesn't do anything for the song. But let me stop talking about just the features, because that's the least of this album's worries. I also, if I was Lil Wayne, would have actually got real producers instead of whoever he hired to make these beats, because these are not good. I don't know how you listen to Peanuts to an Elephant, like the instrumental to that, and I don't know how you try and make a song on it. I don't get it. Maybe he thought, like, I'm Lil Wayne, I could rap on anything. That's not true. Like, yeah, sure, you can find a flow to put on it. It ain't gonna be good, though. Like, that's just... And I'm not saying he needs, like, the top, like, he needs his beats to carry him at this point of his career, but, God, the beat is not even helping, you know what I'm saying? It's making the song actively worse. Even if his rapping performance was top tier, the beat is just going to ruin it automatically. Your rapping ain't helping nothing, you know? And his actual rapping, I don't really think Lil Wayne talks about anything valid on this project. Like, I can't tell you what he's talking about. He doesn't have anything to talk about, is what it sounds like. There's nothing really for him to be rapping about. You know what I mean? And because of that, I almost feel like, first of all, you shouldn't have called this the Carter 6. But second of all, you shouldn't have tried to make full out fledged songs without nothing to say. You could have just been like, here's 6 freestyles, and they're either good or bad. You know what I mean? Like, you hear what people want to say about that. Instead of dropping the Carter 6, an album that's supposed to prove to people that you're not washed. He didn't outright say that. At least I don't think he did. But that's kind of the conversation that went around, is that, especially after this drop, that Lil Wayne was never good. Like, I've seen people saying that, like, y'all are just now realizing Lil Wayne ain't good. Kinda. Or, not kinda. That came off wrong. This album sucks. And, like, I don't really remember the last time I listened to anything Lil Wayne and I've been able to be like, yeah, this is trash. Like, this is actually garbage. You know what I mean? Like, this is just, I don't want to listen to this. I'm also just now realizing there's a bonus edition with a Nicki Minaj remix on Band from New Orleans. I didn't know that happened, but I have no intention of listening to it whatsoever. Oh, there's another bonus song, Mama Don't Worry, featuring Future and Lil Baby. I might give that one a listen. Maybe Future and Lil Baby can carry it, but goodness, after Lil Wayne's rapping performance on this, I don't trust him to do anything on a song. Really, I'm scared to listen to something with him on it. The last feature I want to say, like, new that I heard from him was Back on the Road on that Cordae album, and I liked it. Pretty good. Pretty good, like, really solid song that he dropped on there. I don't remember liking Lifestyle on Vultures 2. I think that was the name of that song. I don't think there was anything else. No, he was on Splash Brothers. that French Montana song that was supposed to have Drake on it. I'm pretty sure he like is on that now. Still, his feature ain't good on there, but it's also French Montana, so I don't really. Heck, I wouldn't drop anything good on his song either. But I don't know. It confuses me what this album was supposed to be. I'm gonna give this a 0. Like, this is I want to say the first 0 I've ever given, but now that I'm saying that, I feel like I gave Vultures 2 a 0. I think I did, but the Carter 6 is gonna get a 0. Just everything on top of each other. Not only does this album, was it supposed to be? It's not like, when I say disappointment, I don't mean that like it just undersold expectations. It did that big time. Like, this was supposed to be, it didn't have to be fantastic, it didn't have to be perfect, but it definitely had to have been at least listenable. After the first 3 songs, Bells ain't that bad. After like the first 3 songs, this is an unlistenable project. Peanuts to Elephants is genuinely one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Like, genuinely horrific. Flex Up ain't good. Lil Wayne's singing or melodies on Island Holiday sucks. And this is the first time I feel like I've ever been able to say that about a Lil Wayne album. Maybe if I go back and listen to his other albums, I'll find something I'm like, dang. So he did have some stinkers here and there. But this is the first stinker I've ever heard, which sucks because this could potentially be the last full-fledged Lil Wayne album we get for a while. For a while. Because after the reception to this, if he was genuinely being serious and this was supposed to be a serious drop and he was genuinely like, yeah, I think that this can actually be, a resurrection to my career musically wise, which there's no way it was. He didn't have to owe anyone anything. He didn't have to prove anything. I know I talked about how he can prove he ain't washed, but like, you don't even necessarily have to prove that. You can just kind of show like, hey, I can still rap. You don't owe that to anybody, but it would be cool to see it. And you just you didn't do that, man. And I don't know. It's crazy to talk about. I never thought I'd be talking about a Lil Wayne album like this. Maybe someone else, but a Lil Wayne project, just saying it's outright unlistenable. This is kind of like this. Okay, this is severely worse. But this is kind of like when Lil Uzi Vert dropped Eternal Take 2. I was really excited, and then the album that I got was buns, not good whatsoever. But I don't even think that album, none of the songs are as bad as Peanuts to Elephants. I will say that. If they went song for song, Eternal Take 2 is winning. I would rather listen to Eternal Take 2 than this, because at least the beats were good. Some of them. But yeah, I'm going to give the Carter 6 a 0. Just disappointment, and the album sucks. It's just, God, man. If you made it to the end of this video, then I greatly appreciate it. If you want to join the Patreon, you absolutely can. You get some benefits from it if you want to look at the tiers. But if you just want to subscribe, join the, hit that notification bell, my fault, then I'll also greatly appreciate that. I'm really sleepy, if you can't tell. It's kind of early in the morning right now. And by that, I mean it's 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm just kidding. I'm just sleepy. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a great day.